Today I'll show you my last project. Um, I've been working on a generic level editor for 2D platformer games. Um, the basic idea is that you're using an engine, um, which is made out of these classes currently, and you write your own classes to use the engine. And the result is that you've got a level editor with a very nice GUI and which is made for your game. So first I'll show off the level editor and then get a little bit into the code. There we go. Yeah, here it is. It's a nice user interface. I'm on a Mac, so I'm using a touchpad, multiple touch, so things that might not be clear why they're happening is probably because I'm using features of my touchpad. So, like rotating bodies, etc., I'm moving around in the scene. So, this is it. The red dot is something specific to my game, which I'm building, so don't mind that. The gray lines right here are the axes, which can be turned on and off using this feature in the menu, or just by using the accelerator. So I'll start to show what I've been working on. So we're going to create a body in our level. Yeah, the name of the body is body, right here. It appears in the center of the current visible part of your scene. Here it is. Here is the body. I can drag it around. But a body is nothing without shapes. And the red dot is not a shape, it's just a handle to drag it around. That's not the actual body. So we should add a rectangle, like this, for example. Rectangle, which we can give yeah, dimensions we want. And right now the rectangle is drawn in red, which means that it isn't assigned to a body, so we should assign it to a body. So I'm going to choose body I recently created. And here it is. Now I can drag around the body and the rectangle follows smoothly. So now if I turn the body around, which I'll do with my touchpad, the rectangle follows. So the main idea is that of a 2D platforming game is that you've got some textures on your screen and you've got in the background a physical engine working, which is calculating all the cubes falling and bouncing and players where they are and the velocity and yeah, all kind of movement. But to make a level playable, you need a real physical world. Textures are not enough, so that's what this level editor is meant for. I can add a circle as well, like this. Now they're both part of the same body, and right now I can drag around the body like this. Yeah, quite cool. And as you can see right here, I've got a feature and an object tree which dynamically shows all your objects and their relationship between each other. Like in the root, we've got our scene, and under our scene we've got a body, which is this body, and that body is made out of two shapes called rectangle and circle. I can add another circle, for example, new circle, like this. Here it is, and right here you can see that it is directly in the level. It isn't attached to the body. So if I choose to attach it to body, you will see that it gets under the body. So I can drag around. Oh no, looks bad. Like this. I can drag around with it and play with it. Quite cool. And right now the interesting part is wait, I'll create a smaller one. Boom. And for each shape we can define the physical properties like density, friction, and restitution. Next is the interesting part, which is exporting it. Export to text, and right here we've got our XML, which represents the level that we draw. It's made using some basic code, not really much, because my engine takes care of the most part of it. So now I'll show off a little bit of the usage of my engine. Get back to NetBeans. I'm using NetBeans because I needed to draw some frames. Otherwise I usually use Eclipse. That's quite off topic. So right here it starts. So here is our main method. So what it does right here is I'm setting up some basic settings like the name of the application and some application information. The application information, which is here, like developed by Martin Courteau, and I'll say hello YouTube, and then add a new line, change this to false. I don't explain what it exactly means, but on Mac the about dialog is right here, and when we click it, it says hello YouTube developed by Martin Courteau. That's it. So that's that. And then we define what kind of coordinate system our game uses. Mine uses a coordinate system where the y-axis points upwards. So you can choose for down as well, but that feels quite unrealistic since height is getting higher. Yeah, you know. Then assign an icon for the scene, which was the green man with the green hat, Link. Then I register some buttons. Look, when I place the application next to the code, you can see these three buttons right here. They're created by these three lines. So what it does is registers a kind of type of body of object that we can put into our scene with an icon if you want, and a user-friendly name, because circle is called fixture circle, but we don't want a user to see fixture circle, we just want circle, so that's what this does. Then another important part is this, which which set up the system for exporting to XML. And finally, we create a new scene to draw. So then let's take a look to an example of a scene object. right here. This is the code for a scene object. I made a body. I made a scene object called Gump body, and it has some basic properties derived from this class, and the properties are, where are the properties? No, there aren't any additional properties right here, but there are default properties, and I can add my own properties, like is it dynamic or static, to use in a physical engine, which is a boolean, and the standard default value is false. Then I need to write some code for exporting to XML. This can be public. And I wrote a tiny tool for easily producing XML. So you open a body tag, and then increase indentation can be removed since it goes automatically. And yeah, you write this few code for generating XML. Here are two other exporters for rectangles and circles, and here is a little exporter for the scene that generates the XML. Here I added my own custom properties, and this code renders the red dot you saw in the beginning. This red dot, which is basically a vector. We've got two of them, and I can make them point to somewhere. Yeah, that's part of my code. Editing the values is done by scrolling, which is very useful. So that's it. With this part of code, which is not much, like maybe, yeah, what would it be? 200 lines of, no, 300 lines of code. You've got an amazing GUI that allows you to edit scenes, levels for 2D platformer game, written in Java, especially meant for games using the physical engine Box2D by Aaron Kato, and the application is written in Java, as you can see, which allows you to run it on whatever platform you want. I made extra adjustments to make it run on OS X as well, with native features like the command button, etc., using the about. Yeah, that's it. I'm planning to add support for textures and some other basic stuff which you will need in level editing, and if that's done, I'll maybe make a new video. Hopefully you like it, and I'll put a version of it as soon as it is quite useful online, and you can use it for your own games. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and keep watching the project. Thanks for watching.